All right, aloha, Tulsi Kratz, Bernie Kratz, Free Radicals, anybody who's here. Maybe you're here by accident. Maybe Google brought you here, which I highly doubt they did. My name is Dave, and I call this channel The Radical Independent. Check out the number of views on this video. 445,000 views. And watch the 6 minutes that has America searching Tulsi Gabbard. Apparently, from what I've been hearing, again, she was the most searched candidate. Now, I might be wrong on that, but I've read a couple of accounts. A couple of folks on Twitter told me she was most searched again. And that's 3 debates. She's been in 3 or 4 debates, and every time she's in a debate, she is the most searched candidate. So, again, the 6 minutes and change here on this video, we'll go over the video a little bit, but I do want to highlight some of these comments, which are just fantastic. By the way, she's got 8,310 comments on this video. This gentleman at the top here, oh no, she actually told the truth. How dare her? The DNC can't have that. Now, I'm not going to say that there are Trump people over here, but there probably are people who are sympathetic to Trump, and this is why Tulsi Gabbard is getting a boatload of crap. Because anybody who thinks that Trump is getting a raw deal from the media, those people you can't even have a conversation with, because heaven forbid the same thing couldn't be happening to Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, because then that means that Tulsi's like Trump somehow, which it's false. Okay, I don't care if Mike Cernovich says it. I don't care who says what about Tulsi Gabbard. She is not like Donald Trump at all. She's got no... I mean, again, I've been over this. Trump is this ruthless, heartless, zero empathy figure who maybe he wants to do, quote-unquote, the best he can do, all right, and make it look like he's a winner all the time. We heard a lot about winning during the run-up to the election, and that became a thing. But it's day and night. It's just a day and night thing between Trump and Tulsi. So I'm not there with you on that. So, again, she's too strong to be a Democrat candidate. Won't allow herself to be controlled by them. My God, there's a Democrat worth voting for. They will destroy her. She won this debate hands down. The media will definitely want you to believe otherwise, but don't doubt it. Tulsi stole this debate, period. Tough to... Look, I'm not going to say she won this debate. I think Bernie had a very strong debate, and I think Andrew Yang had a decent debate. I think Warren was just on stage, and she was fending off a lot of these other candidates who were aiming at her, like the Amy Klobuchars and the Cory Bookers and so forth. But to me, it's really... I mean, for an exciting... aspect of this debate, you'd have to be watching Bernie or Tulsi for the most part. There wasn't a lot of fireworks. I mean, yeah, Beto was arguing with little Mayor Pete, and that was just, okay, whatever. She is neither a Democrat nor a Republican. She is a hero to restore integrity to the U.S. and our relationship with the world. It's a great comment. Neocon, liberal, Middle East policy. Bomb anything that moves. Yep. Tulsi is the only Democrat that I could consider voting for. This is a great point here. Where are the Me Too feminists when there's a sister that genuinely cares and is in need of their support? Wow. Because that whole movement is based on identity politics and tribalism, but yet they don't see Tulsi Gabbard in the same light. If her message is heard, people will get behind her. Of course, they were pulling the Russian accusation on her. She is a mother to this nation. She sewed our boys back together in combat, probably a few ladies as well. Now she fights for them in office. Major Gabbard is the only Democrat presidential candidate that I respect. She is better and smarter than any other person on the stage, and she is comment after comment Okay, this person doesn't like the comment she made about Trump, but then below, she's the only one that could argue with Trump and not look dumb. No, she knows how Trump feels when he's called a Russian asset when he is not. People hate that, by the way. They hate it. They hate all of this, all of these similarities between Tulsi and Trump. They can't deal with it in the Democratic Party. They won't have it. This person says she should replace Pelosi as Speaker. Will never happen. She's not a corporatist, so she won't get to Speaker of the House. She's a babe. Dems don't know what they have. She's an American. That's controversial. Tulsi for president, level-headed veteran with huge credibility and experience, amazing presence. She might be president one day, but not as a Democrat. Since she is the only Dem I've actually heard say he won the election in 2016, this vid gets a thumbs up from me. Okay. I think it's good to admit the truth of what happened and then move on, which the Democrats aren't doing. She sure sounds independent, very smart, and direct. Truly the standout candidate of the debate. And then this person, being a veteran doesn't instantly make you suitable for political office. Just look at John McCain. Well, McCain was in the Senate for a million years, so it worked out on that level. I will agree that it's what you think. In other words, it's your policy positions that might be a little bit more important than your military service. But in this case, I believe Tulsi's military service really informs her foreign policy. The deer in the headlights look on Warren's face. She's literally the only person on this stage who has a legitimate chance to beat Trump. I would say her and Bernie have the best chances. I think Warren is the absolute worst candidate to put up against Trump, and that is where they are heading. They're heading for Elizabeth Warren, and look out for Tom Steyer. Like I said, he had a debate where he's probably going to creep up a little bit. Donations are going to start coming in because the hedge fund billionaires, they can max out quickly, and Tom Steyer can get a ton of money almost instantly. Imagine her and Andrew Yang running together. Andrew Yang is an interesting figure. I don't know if a Tulsi Yang ticket would work. I would love to see it because they're both young, and they're both energetic, and they're both wanting to solve problems. They're the least tribal, even with Bernie up there, they are the least tribal members of this primary. So to me, that's really interesting. So I don't think it's going to happen. She's a champion, absolutely brilliant. She is spot on with a lot of her points. I really like her. She is the moderate Democrat that most people would like to see. Well, actually, she's not really a moderate Democrat. I would just say she's a real independent Democrat with some progressive and some libertarian tendencies. So we'll stop here. I don't want to keep going forever. Amen, Tulsi. Best Democrat on the field. The truth feels great. So, yeah, I know all these comments are probably from Russians who, hijacked someone else's YouTube account and started to post, because Vladimir did give us some marching orders earlier. So make it clear that, Vlad is in control of all of this. And by the way, if you believe that, you're pretty gullible, but it wouldn't shock me because it's everywhere. Everywhere you go, Tulsi Gabbard really went after the CNN crowd. Jimmy Dore just covered this in a video about CNN. They had a commentator who just got on there and said, I think she's a Russian asset. And by the way, I've seen some of the Project Veritas material with Jeff Zucker. It's anybody who thinks that CNN has any sort of news agenda. It's an entertainment channel. And they're ratings driven. Zucker does not like anybody who falls outside that normal neoliberal zone, and he's going to certainly make every attempt to mute a voice like Tulsi Gabbard's. Tulsi Gabbard had a good night. I'm not sure what the gang over at Rising was thinking. You can check my other video. I think I was kind of moody when I did that video this morning, so I apologize for just rambling like I'm doing now. But I'm really sick and tired of taking friendly fire, if you know what I mean. It's like, you could have said something like, Tulsi, and the truth would have been, Tulsi made some great points. It's too bad she wasn't able to talk more, because the things she had to say were really important. It's too bad that CNN cut to a commercial break, because she was about to tear apart Elizabeth Warren, and it would have been fun to see, but we never got to see that. In fact, every time Tulsi challenged someone or something, that other person changed the subject or just pretended she didn't even ask the question to begin with. So, look, we know this is an uphill battle. I honestly think there's got to be a third way. There has to be another party. There has to be some other organizing principle. What they're doing now is they're gaslighting people on her poll numbers. She's been stuck at 2% or whatever it is, and they're just putting that narrative out there. I think in Ohio, last time I checked, or Iowa, which is the first state to do a caucus, right? So I think she was at 6% there, and technically 4th or 5th place. So people need to stop disparaging Tulsi Gabbard to the point where, I get it. You got Bernie. Bernie's doing well. I'm very happy for Bernie Sanders. He is my fallback candidate, but it is quite a fallback, and I've got to worry about if Bernie will follow through. All right, and it's kind of a sad thing to know that there's just such a big gap between Tulsi and Bernie, but I'll hang in there. I'll hang in there. I want what's best for this country. And if that means Bernie Sanders instead of Elizabeth Warren or Joe Biden or any of these other neolibs, then so be it. I would prefer Tulsi Gabbard over everybody. And that's it. It's just discouraging to see what the news media has been doing to Tulsi Gabbard since she launched her campaign. And she's still around, so they're basically trying to play whack-a-mole with her and say, you know what? You're done. Your 15 minutes of fame, it's over, and we're going to put an end to it. And like I said, Hillary Clinton is involved in this. All of the usual suspects, the gang over at TYT, they want her to go away. Go down the list. Tim Black, who I haven't mentioned by name, I think he wants her to go away. There are a number of people that want Tulsi to step aside so they can focus on Bernie and not worry about Tulsi Gabbard. Now they're saying she's a moderate, she might be a Republican, she's a centrist, all this stuff. And on foreign policy, there's nobody to the left of Tulsi Gabbard on foreign policy. So just throwing that in there at the end. Be careful what you wish for too, because if you want a showdown where there's no Tulsi and it's Bernie against a whole bunch of neolibs, it's going to be a tough go. You probably want to keep Tulsi Gabbard around so she can actually, maybe stick up for Bernie or have that alternate view and that voice. It needs to be on the stage. I'm hoping that Tulsi did well with contributions. I know Bernie is doing really well, but Tulsi should be doing very well also. All right, people, done with this video. I will be back soon. Aloha. Thanks for contributing to the channel. Thanks for watching these videos. Like I say, just put them on repeat play. Turn the volume down so you don't have to hear me, and just play them over and over again, and maybe I'll rack up some views. All right, see you soon.